Welcome back. So, this is going to be a rather short stream. We are going to, resume on this thing. And, yeah. So basically now we're going to resume 25 document. So what's the problem with 25 document? The problem is that we have tried this thing and it doesn't work by default, doesn't boot by default into the CD-ROM. And I think it's worth trying to check if there's something wrong with the OBMF stuff. So maybe one of those is a new one that I have changed with root, but that's not the case because all of them have this March 28th, 2022. So what I'm going to do is to search for this thing. So if you take a look at this command, it doesn't boot onto the CD-ROM even if it's there. And then there's also this thing about map minus R. Map minus R. So the question is, why the hell does not, I mean, but we can, this is the one with the TMP, no, but it's the same thing happening here. Device, drive 0, device 0. Index 1. Yeah, index 1 doesn't work. What I also want to try is to set this thing about drive and so on as the latest drives thing, so that the first one is actually the one that we want to have. You know what I mean? Let me see. So here I'm going to delete all of this till value equals on. You know what I mean? Okay, let me see. It doesn't seem to work at all. So we're going to search again. qemu. Yeah, maybe this one here knows how to do it. But index 1. Oh, wait a minute. But index 1? Device. ADCD. I haven't tried this but index 1 thing. Where I'm supposed to be putting this thing. Device ID CD. Device. Do we have a device somewhere? Put index 1. Is this going to work? I don't think so. Oh my god, it works. So if this is right, we should be able, I mean, do we want AHCI so that it goes faster? Do we want ATA, which is the first one, which would be this one here? So let me see. Test 5. Here we use ATI and we force the CD-ROM device to be put index 1. So do we actually have device in here or not? Let me try this thing, even if it's not the right thing to do. Yeah, boot row, that's not. So test number 2 is the one that should work. Then we have test number 3, which doesn't have, so it's this one here, test number 3, the one I want to be using, because I don't need AHCI in order to boot the CD-ROM. ATA, which is the old method, it's good enough for me. And so the thing I need to be doing is to search the device ID thing, so that this is boot index 1. And that should do it. So let me see. This should put, and here it is. We put onto the live CD, and we're going to be booting, and this is going to be secure boot. So that's it. It works. So now we need a way of translating this thing onto, onto the different run options. And the way of doing this is, yeah, very good question. We could instruct whatever to do it. We could use open code, but I think we can, like, fd row file this and that. So the ones that are CD-ROMs, wait a second. How the hell does this work exactly? Because look at that. So what I'm interested in is the ISO part, isn't it? So the ISO part is in here, drive, this and that. So this is where I want to be fixing the stuff. So in ISO UEFI. So in all of this, I want to be fixing this thing so that it has the right boot index. Yeah. Media CD-ROM. So yeah, this is back to the old days when you had to do stuff manually. But I don't want to fire, because I think I have to reset up ChatGPT in order to open code to use this thing. Or maybe I can try with rather easy model and Refactor. So let me fork this thing. So the thing is, improve the make run calls that include ISO in them, so that they also add drive CDROM, the media CDROM, ID CDROM. Okay, so I think that the first thing, so that they also add this thing. And the other thing that I think we are missing is what happens. I mean, I think it's the ID CDROM, which we are not doing. And yeah. Also the should be replaced to, and what you want here is ID CD-ROM, because it's something that we were not doing. Wait a second. Read only media CD-ROM. I mean, it's if none, because this is a CD-ROM. If known, and ID CD-ROM. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully this is going to work as expected. And 117.6. I wonder what they have done in. Look, this has been done by Gemini, not by GPT 5.5, so let's see if we can take a look at open code and what we have here related to releases. Improve MCP, okay. Improvements, OAuth, Snowflake Cortex provider, copy management, move session flows, recover this and that, fix duplicate, added CWD, fix Gemini, Linux launcher, so find apps keep open correctly. Traffic fallback. Okay. Oh my god. Was still. Now I understand the structure. I need to modify the 6 user run target, this and that, to replace this and that. And add this thing. Now, hopefully now. Yeah, I think it's doing the thing. So now, if this works as expected, we will be able to test this thing without having to do anything special. But the next day I want to be tackling the CA stuff, which is, do not forget to work. See next video thanks to Docker packages and so on. So by the way, I can close this qemu here, and let's see. Why the hell is thinking so much? I mean, maybe maybe this 926 row pending. Now let me do the same for the other 5 ISO targets. Yeah, that's what you actually want to be doing. This is something that I could have done manually, but upstream idle timeout exceeded. Resume what you were doing. Hopefully it goes ahead and does it. Otherwise, given that we know already how to do this, I can ask another model, because sometimes what happens is North mini code free. What the hell is this? This is a new model. Memo. Assume what you were doing. Continue with the remaining 5 ISO targets. This thing here goes fast, because it doesn't need to do anything else. Okay, so let me commit, and we will end the stream here. But this is what we wanted to do. Look at that. So now I can push this thing so that you can have it here. Is it origin? No, it's GitHub origin. I need to change the thing so that. So now, in theory, if I run what was failing, do I have anything? If I run what it was failing, which was this one here, make run this and that, now this should work without having to think about it, because it's going to be using device this and that. Look at that, it works. So that's it. So we have managed to fix this thing. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.